All right, before we jump into Canva, let me talk to those entrepreneurs out there who know they should be posting more, but for whatever reason, life, business, overwhelm just keeps getting in the way. Let me ask you something real quick. Have you ever been scrolling on social media, any of the apps out there, and thought to yourself, listen, man, I know more than this person. Why aren't I showing up like this for my tribe? Let me just reassure you, it's not because you're lazy. It's not because you're not disciplined. It's likely because you're just creating content the old school way. You're doing everything from scratch, one post at a time, and not leveraging the technology of the day where you can bulk create all of this stuff in one sitting. So, what I'm going to share with you today is my own proprietary strategy on how myself and other entrepreneurs don't chase visibility. We actually demand it using the tools that everybody has at their fingertips. It all comes down to systems. And this is how you stop disappearing on your audience. This is how you stop that roller coaster ride of I'm fired up, I'm creating a bunch of content right now, and then 2 weeks from now, no one has seen or heard from you. This is how you leverage your time and not burn yourself out like so many entrepreneurs. And before long, your momentum has halted. You are not generating the leads that you used to, and your business feels like it is a lot of heavy lifting. See, what a lot of entrepreneurs don't know, the real game isn't in Canva. The real game happens before you even get to Canva. So I'm going to show you how I prompt ChatGPT to create not only scroll stopping headline, bottom statement quotes, but also the long form caption that teaches a framework or a training that positions me as the authority, someone that people want to follow and come back and see over and over and over again. And not just that, they also want to engage based on how we write the captions, where engagement prompting is actually built in. So first, let's come into ChatGPT and let me show you the prompt that I use to create these bottom statements as well as the long form captions. And then we'll go into Canva and I'll show you what I do with them to create a bunch of content at one time. And I'm talking about not just the posts, I'm talking about the actual visual content, the quote cards with my image, my brand colors, all of that good stuff, and the actual bottom statement quote and the long form copy. And if I'm feeling good at the end of the video, I might show you how I schedule all of this stuff inside of GoHighLevel's post scheduler as well. So stick around, buckle up, hold on tight, because it's about to go down. All right, so if you want to follow along, then I want you to take a screenshot of this prompt right here. In fact, I'll put it in the description so you can copy and paste it so you can follow along in this video. Stop, pause, chill where you need to so you can actually take the steps necessary to get this done yourself. All right, so once you have your 25 Barnum statements, the other prompt that you want to give it is you want to tell it to put the Barnum statements inside of a table, and I organize mine from shortest to longest, and a lot of them are pretty much the same size, but the different types of quote cards that we're going to create, you're going to see that based on the design of the quote card, some of them can stand a little bit of a longer quote, other ones are designed for a very short quote. So once you create your 25 Barnum statements, then just tell ChatGPT to put them in a table so that you can paste them into Canva and use their bulk create tool. So let's hop over to Canva real quick and let's go ahead and create a couple more designs. And then I'm going to show you how we bulk add these bottom statements into each of the designs. So we're creating 25 quote cards at one time, but we're doing 5 different designs. And I'm going to show you how to make sure each one of your 5 designs also looks just a little bit different using Canva's branding tool as well. All right, so here we are inside of Canva, and we've already done a couple designs. I'm going to show you how I actually put these together. we're actually going to do one together, rather. And you'll notice that this one has a space for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is just 7 words. So that's relatively small quote card, right? In terms of the size of the quote. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So roughly the same amount of words on the quote. This one is a little bit longer of a quote. So what we're going to do is we're going to manipulate this one right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this picture, and then I'm going to go and find a picture of myself. So I'm going to go over to my uploads. And then I'm just going to see if I have a picture that I'm cool with putting in that place right there. So let me try this one right here. Not the best picture, but I like to use pictures where there's a little bit of authority baked into the actual picture, because clearly it looks like I'm teaching or training something right there. So let me see something here. I was also trying to see. All right, so let's see if we change the position of this picture. Can we move it back? Okay, here's the position up here. Let me do that again. So position, we're just gonna move it backwards first. So move backwards, backwards. Get some of the elements on top. And this is what I was looking for right here. You see that little fade right there? That was built into the template. So it makes it look like the picture is fading in, and that's exactly what I want. So I'm going to put this picture in here, boom, like that. And I think I'm okay with that picture, just using it like that. So this is where the quote is actually going to come in. So I'm going to change this, and I'm going to put my name in here. All right. And then I'm going to put my tag in here at Cortez Hustle. Actually, I'm going to remove that since my name is already there. So I'm just going to remove that altogether. It's up to you if you want to keep something like that. I'm going to move my name down a little bit further, just in the event that the quote takes up a little bit more space. So that is design number. We got 1, 2, 3. Here is a 4th design here. And let me just see if this is a background picture. Let's see, detach it from the background. Let's undo it. So as you can see, I do everything from templates, because why start from scratch? And I think this is where that fade is coming from, right? So let's detach this image. And then let's put one of my images up. Now let's see if I can find one where it makes sense for me to use my picture there. So I kind of like this picture. Let's plug this one in. And let's move it up to where I will be visible. Stretch it out a little bit. Make sure that it crosses. Now, these colors may not work, but we're going to just take a look, see. So now what I need to do is position it by moving it back. And you know what? That's actually not bad. So I'm just going to bring this down. I'm going to open the picture up a little bit more and center myself in the middle of the picture. Man, beard gang was strong back then. Um, Found out my wife liked guys with beards, so I figured I'd grow one. But that was a little too much for me. Nevertheless, so now I got this image. We are going to do, instead of a business quote, we're going to do AI for business. Boom. And now we have our quote right there. And then we have another quote right here. So we've got one quote card where we can put a nice long quote in here. And then everything else is pretty okay. So now, in order to make the system actually work, you now have to decide on what these are going to be. Let me just count and make sure we got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5. And these quotes are for our AI Hustle Live event. And I do that event with my wife. So you see her in some of the pictures. And then I have myself and some as well. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this quote right here and actually, I'm not. I'm going to leave that like it is. I'm going to leave all of those like they are. So now I'm going to simply come over here to their apps. Then I'm going to scroll down and find the Bulk Create app. And I'm going to enter the data manually. And then I need to create, actually, let me see if I can get rid of this. Actually, that's fine. That could stay. All right. So you see, I have 5 columns, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So each column has a quote. So I'm actually going to get rid of this because we don't need that row right there. So I'm going to delete that row. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm just going to name each column 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. All right. Now, here are the actual quotes for each one. So now I have what I want to actually put into the actual post. So I'm going to hit done. So now here we go. Now what I have to do to make sure that the quotes go on the right cards, I'm going to come up here and I know that all of my number 1 quotes are usually the shorter quotes. So I'm going to click on this box with the text. I'm going to hit the 3 dots and I'm going to come down here and say connect data. So I want to connect this data. Actually, I got 2 number 4s. Okay. So I'm going to connect this data to number 1. All right. Then I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to connect this data to number 2. Scroll down, connect this data because I know some of the quotes in 4.2 is a little bit longer. So I'm going to connect this data to number 4. Connect data here. Scroll down a little bit. This has a lot of room to play around with. So I'm going to move that up just a little bit. We're going to connect this data to number 4. And then we're going to connect this data to number 3. All right. Now, all I have to do is come over here and hit continue. It's saying, hey, do you want to create these 5 designs? And I'm going to say yes. Now it's starting to prepare the designs. And what it does is it copies these designs and creates a separate folder altogether. So let's go and view the other folder and see if we were able to make some magic happen. All right, boom. So now as I look at these designs, so design number one, the market is shifting. Will you? So boom. I don't like that this bleeds over into that a little bit, so we can just make a quick adjustment there. I come down here and says AI isn't the threat, ignoring it is. So that doesn't look too good. So I will come and make a quick adjustment here. And all of these will not come out exactly perfect, but that's okay because boom, with a quick adjustment there, and then if I change and increase the size so it takes up more space, that will look a lot better on this quote card. Boom. Still beats creating all of this stuff from scratch. This is another one where this is a big old empty white space. So all I'm going to do is make the quote bigger so it takes up more space. All right, boom, there we go. And I just scroll through. That one looks perfect. Your competition isn't other entrepreneurs, it's your old habits. This one looks good. You don't need more time, you need better systems. And then it starts over again. 2026 will reward speed. AI is how you get it. So again, that's bleeding over a little bit. So I'll just come and make some micro adjustments to these 26. Boom. Again, this one, a little bit out of place if you ask me. So I'll make a quick adjustment. And I don't know about you, but it beats creating all of this stuff from scratch. And I really didn't do a good job in my prompt to make sure that they were all different sizes and different lengths, but that's okay. We're just going to make some quick adjustments. And let's do that and make it take up a little bit more space. And I'll probably take and bring that line back like that. There we go. That one looks good. That one looks good. This one is okay, but I'm just going to bring it down a little bit. That one is okay. These long ones just were not long at all. So we're just going to make that adjustment and open this up so it takes up more space. And even though I'm having to make some adjustments, you notice that I'm already on number 13. So even making adjustments still creates that time saving element that we're all after. And then I can even do something like this for this one. Boom. And I just make this box smaller. How about that? Boom. That works. That works. That almost works. So I'm just going to shrink that down, open this box up a little bit. Boom. That works. These are the ones that just didn't work at all because my quotes were just not long enough. All right. And we're just going to work with them. Boom. I can move that up. And then I can move this up and make it look a little bit better. Boom. I'm cool with that. All right. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. And here's finally one that was long enough to actually fit in here like I wanted it to. That's okay. That's okay. Boom. So we got 25 quote cards. Now, here's how you can make some of them look different, even though it's the same style. Let's just take this one, for instance, and I'm going to come over here to my brand. And you see I have two brands for AI Hustle Society, and these are different colors. So I'll just come and shuffle the colors a little bit and see what I like. All right, so I like that. It's a little bit different. Same thing, I'll come down here to this one. Shuffle the colors a little bit. And see if it comes up with a variety that I like. Let's go back to this one. Boom, I'll go with that. Come down to this one. Shuffle colors. And they're creating slightly different variations. I'll go with that. What about this one? Boom, I'll go with that. And even though they are the same, boom, I'll go with that. That just made it hit just a little bit different just by shuffling the colors. I'll go with that. And you can just play around with these things until you get enough variety. So like I'll go back to this one because we already got one that's super yellow, and I'll shuffle. Boom, that blue kind of matches my blue shirt. So I'll go with that, right? Let's go with this one. Let's shuffle. I'll go with that. And boom. Just like that, y'all, we've got 25 quote cards. And if I wanted to jump into my GoHighLevel account and schedule these things out, let me show y'all what that will look like really, really quickly.